We started right at the bottom, and you learn to appreciate every job in the plant. We had to do everything from loading trucks, unloading rail cars, delivering, driving trucks, packing oil. We did every single job here.
And Tony decided he wanted to be in the business. He went a few days or whatever to Bentley, and he come up to Charlie and said, "Charlie, how can I tell my father I don't want to go to school?" Very easy. Just go and say, "Dad, I don't want to go anymore." He says, "I can't do it. You have to do it for me." So JB and I sat down, and I said, "JB, Anthony's going to come into the company." Well, if he's going to come into the company, not going to school, he's going to have to start working from the bottom up.
It's very easy just to come out of school and hop in a seat and try to work, but you have the experience of a lifetime doing every single job here, and it's very important that you understand all those jobs to make a success of what you have today. And I firmly believe from my upbringing and everything that I learned as a child in the business and every job that I've done really helps what my decisions are today. I have a standard rule that just because your last name is Basile doesn't mean you're going to be at the top. I have 3 boys and 3 girls. They're all involved in the business. My oldest 2 started in this business with my father, picking them up on Saturdays and Sundays very early in the morning, and he brought them here, and they thought they were like 7, 8 years old, and they thought it was just a great day with Grandpa, but what he was doing was training them, and they didn't realize it. They followed my footsteps, basically. They emptied the trash, they cleaned, they swept, and they did whatever Grandpa told them to do, and little by little, he had them do other things where they became more experienced. So it was just a natural progression for them just to come into the business after college. So they have the knowledge of the whole facility as we did growing up.
It was very hard to come out of college and, you're the boss's son in a sense, to make sure that you prove yourself and that you're just not necessarily, handed a job. The discussions were, okay, here, go do this. And then you did something successful and showed that you were able to do something more. You were given something else, to do, and, things just kind of evolved. And next thing you know, I was running the sales department. I was responsible for things in the operation. Started getting involved with purchasing and then risk management, which is basically my primary, function today.
Originally, I didn't want to come here. Growing up, I always wanted to become a teacher. So I went to school, only one who went to school not for business. I went for elementary ed, and it didn't work out. So my dad was like, "You come work for me." So what he did, since I didn't have really the background of business or anything, he had me go work for our broker. So I did that for a year, and in customer service I got my experience, and it just so happened after a little over a year, a job here in customer service opened up. So he had said, "Would you be interested?" And I said yes. So I came in for an interview. I had an interview. And I said, if you don't think I'm qualified, I don't want to just be handed it. I don't want people to look around and just say, well, just because she's a Basile, it was given to her. Everybody earns their spot here. So that was just very important to me.
The advice I would give is just make sure that if you have young ones coming up into the business, another generation, that you teach them the right way. Don't give them a silver spoon in their mouth, and let them work for what you've worked for, and let them understand the realities of a business.
It's important that they realize what they're getting. I mean, they're getting a handful of wonderful, an opportunity that their friends don't have. A lot of them came out of college and they're flipping burgers somewhere because there's no jobs. They've got an opportunity of a lifetime, and what they've got to do is team together as one unit, and they'll be just fine.